Being that it's November 2nd, 2016, we'll call the Board of Selectmen's meeting to order. I'll stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. First item on the agenda is the receipt of the email from Mr. James O'Mara, Jr. from Friday, October 28, 2016, at 4:45 p.m. withdrawing from further consideration for appointment as town administrator, and I can read the email. I don't know, Brian, did you put this on the paper? I have it as 4:44 p.m. on October 28, 2016. It says, good afternoon. I will not be accepting the town administrator position with the town of Webster, Jim O'Mara. Next item on the agenda was by citizens petition pursuant to section 7-9 of the town charter, served on the town clerk on Thursday, October 27th, 2016, to go into the executive session for general law, chapter 30A, section 21A2, to conduct strategy sessions in preparation for negotiation with non-union personnel, or to conduct collective bargaining sessions or contract negotiations with non-union personnel in regards to James O'Mara, Jr., candidate selected to be appointed as town administrator for the town of Webster. What is the pleasure of the board?
I don't see a need to go into executive session, so stay in open session. Yes, that would be, I guess we'd have to take a vote, right? Not to go into executive session?
Is there a motion not to go into executive session?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
The motion has been made and seconded not to go into executive session pursuant to the citizens petition. Any discussion?
The only question I would have would be for Attorney Mazur, whether or not we're required to go into executive session or not. I agree with Mr. Degevich that I don't see a need to.
Yeah, Mr. Becker, good evening. Through you, Mr. Chair, there's no obligation to convene an executive session. The citizens petition for the board to have this special meeting was filed. The board posted for the meeting. Subsequent to the receipt of the petition, you received Mr. O'Mara's email. His email obviously moots any need for the board to convene an executive session. If there's a motion and that's been seconded not to convene, you can vote on that, and then you can simply adjourn this meeting.
Okay. A motion has been made and seconded. Any other discussion?
Mr. Chairman, just a question. I assume we're going to bring up the discussion on Monday, that'll be an agenda item with regards to where do we proceed?
Right.
No, we can't do it here because it's not posted.
Correct.
Okay.
We'll do it for Monday night.
I believe, yeah, you can certainly include it on your agenda for Monday. You're well outside of the 48-hour requirement.
Well, after we make this vote, I just have a question then.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, the motion has been made and seconded. Any other discussion? Courtney, pull the board.
Selectman Miller?
Yes.
Selectman Degevich?
Yes.
Selectman Jolda?
Yes.
Selectman Becker?
Yes.
Chairman Board?
Yes.
Can we ask Courtney to contact the candidates that are left to see if any of them are interested in the position and get an answer by Friday, so at least Monday we know what we're dealing with?
I can answer that for you because I did talk to Attorney Mazur about that, and he says we absolutely can, and reach out to those three candidates to see if they're still interested.
All right, so I'll make a motion that we have Courtney reach out to the candidates, see if who's interested, who's not interested in, by Friday, get an answer to each one of us, so that on Monday we can possibly do an appointment.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. Any other discussion?
The only discussion I would have, Mr. Chairman, is I would think it would be more appropriate to have the chairman talk to the three other individuals instead of Courtney.
No. She's here all day, so I just figured she
You
can
know,
ask
I'm-
and see if she's interested.
Yeah, my point is simply, you know, it's the duty of a chairman to do that, that's all. Nothing to do with Courtney's abilities to do it. I think it's just
My
appropriate,
thought,
that's all.
she's in the office and she can just call us each
Most-
individually, so
If I
that Don
may just
is busy with
interject,
his
and
job.
I'm not arguing the point, believe it or not. Since Courtney has been our liaison over the past, well, forever, she's been the one reaching out, nothing against the chair, I'm not pointing that out, it's whatever, if that's okay with the rest of the board. She could just email them and see, get a response by a respectable time by Friday AM, I'm assuming. Am I correct? So it'll be
This
on
way
the
it gives
Monday
us at
agenda
least enough of time to think about
to
the
post it,
candidates.
if that's okay with the chair and the vice chair. She's
I was
been-
simply
she's
looking
been
at
our
protocol, that's
liaison.
all. If I were a candidate, I would expect to hear from the chair, but whatever the pleasure of the board.
That's my motion, or your motion.
You're right.
I'll second that motion, I think I did.
Motions have been made and seconded to have Courtney call tomorrow and get back to us by Friday at 10 a.m. the 3 remaining candidates on interest in being proposed again as a town administrator candidate for the town of Webster. Any other discussion?
Let's just put it this way, on our behalf. How's that? The board's. How's
Okay,
that?
on our behalf.
Okay, thank you.
Courtney, poll the board.
Selectman Miller?
Yes.
Selectman Duggan?
Yes.
Selectman Jolda?
Yes.
Selectman Becker?
Yes.
Chairman Board?
Yes.
Would you, one just quick question, would you like them to be here for Monday's meeting or just see if they're,
See if they're interested.
Okay.
Yeah. And then can we make a motion to put this on the agenda for the 7th for an appointment? If we do have if 3 of the candidates are interested, then we can probably appoint someone that night. And then go into negotiations later on that week.
Yeah, am I correct that the other candidates, they've all been interviewed and that? all
Yes.
that process
Yes.
has been
Correct.
done? Yeah, I mean, so I think that would just be a discussion for you board members to have as to exactly how you want to proceed, between now and Monday, depending upon what Courtney is told by those 3 individuals.
Yeah, the only thing I would suggest is you word it to say that consideration of, because it may be that we don't appoint any of the 3.
Well, yeah, and
Which
what I'm
case?
thinking is if all 3 of them say that they're not interested, then we don't have to deal with it anyway. But at least it's there if we do have the opportunity.
Right, in which case we should put an agenda item on there to talk about how do we proceed, whether or not it's with the existing committee with additional person added on, or a new screening committee, but that should probably be on the agenda as well.
What you're saying is if
If
the
the 3
candidates aren't interested.
right,
yeah,
correct.
Okay.
How
yeah.
do we proceed from there? So my point was just, we should word it as whether or not they want to, we should word it to say consideration of appointment, as opposed to making the statement, we're going to make an appointment that night, that's all. Because we may not, the 3 may say no.
Right.
Was that, do we make that clear?
yeah, well,
Yeah.
You work out the language. Any other
Well,
discussion?
then would we also have to put another agenda item to, in case we do not have a candidate, to an agenda
Have
item to
discussion.
form a new committee?
Yeah, I mean, you could put a placeholder.
I just don't want to wait another
No,
month
I
before everything
understand.
gets
You
going.
could put a placeholder on the agenda, just for purposes of being within the posting requirements, and if you need to get to that agenda item, at least it's on there.
Right, that's what I'm
And you can
thinking.
address it at that point, but I can work with Courtney on making
Okay.
sure that that is, framed appropriately.
Yeah, good.
And our meeting on Monday starts at
6:30.
6:30.
6:30.
With the dog hearing.
Oh,
Any other discussion?
Didn't know that.
Courtney, pull the board.
Selectman Miller?
welcome back.
Yes.
Selectman Duggan?
Yes.
Selectman Jolda?
Yes.
Selectman Becker?
Yes.
Chairman Board?
Yes. And I guess at this point, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to adjourn. Any other discussion? Courtney, pull the board.
Selectman Miller?
Yes.
Selectman Duggan?
Yes.
Selectman Jolda?
Yes.
Selectman Becker?
Yes.
Chairman Board?
Yes.